It's March of '98, and I am nose to nose with my daughter, Virginia, and we're not talking, but our eyes are locked on each other, and we're both pissed off. And honestly, I'm kind of terrified because this feels like a real defining moment for me as a father, and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. So I'm kind of hoping that Virginia takes the initiative and says something, but she doesn't, because she's just a year old. And at the time, I've got us locked in an airplane bathroom together, and there's someone outside banging on the door, so I got to do something. So I try to reason with her. You see, Virginia, you can't kick the seat of the guy in front of you because he's trying to take a nap, which, frankly, that's what you should be doing, right? Well, no. Apparently, you've got gas, and that's why you're being like punk. Well, think about it. If you're a punk every time you get gas, how the hell are you ever going to get into Harvard? So at best, I was a new dad who had a lot to learn. But in reality, I was probably a train wreck waiting to happen. And it was made all the worse by the fact that my wife and I had just moved out to California with a one-year-old, and we didn't know a single soul in the entire state. No friends, no family. And after a couple months of sitting in that house with a one-year-old and every Barney video ever made, we needed a break. And so that's why we're on an airplane that day. We're on our way to Seattle to visit our friend and classmate, Laura Rowning, and her dad, Dick, and mom, Joanne. And as we get off the plane, we get our fair share of well-deserved dirty looks. And by the time we spot Laura in the terminal, it's probably pretty obvious that we're in need of help, because Dick, her dad, just steps right up and takes Virginia and takes control. And I'm blown away for the next 3 days at the lengths that he goes to keep her happy and satisfied so the rest of us could have the weekend that we desperately needed. For example, the very first night we go out to dinner, and Virginia already insists on sitting with Dick, somebody who just a couple hours ago was a complete stranger. And from the other end of the table, I'm a little confused as they bring out the food, and I notice that Dick is digging into Virginia's piece of shit mac and cheese dinner that we ordered for her. And then I noticed that she is up to her elbows in a plate of salmon that Dick had ordered for himself. Second day, we're all sitting in the backyard. Beautiful, manicured, meticulous backyard, and Virginia channels her inner Godzilla and stomps around the backyard, ripping every flower she can out of the ground. And before I can do anything, Dick just jumps up, and he goes out, and rather than try to reason with a one-year-old, he actually helps her pick the few remaining flowers she couldn't pick. And she was delighted, and I'm starting to get the joke that maybe being a dad is more than just laying down the law all the time. Maybe what you gotta do to be a great dad is whatever the fuck it takes. So, last day of our visit, we're doing a charity walk through downtown Seattle, and of course Dick is pushing Virginia in her stroller because by then she wants nothing to do with anyone else. And as we're getting to the end of the walk, Dick very quietly and very ceremoniously hands the stroller back to me. And without even missing a beat, Virginia starts wailing. And I feel the panic build in my chest, and I look at Dick, and Dick looks at me. And rather than take the stroller back, he just takes off, running for the finish line. And I'm kind of shocked. But then pretty soon, Virginia starts giggling. And then pretty soon, we all start giggling, because let me tell you, Dick was not an Olympic athlete. And he gets to the finish line, and he throws his arms to the sky, and then he crumples to the pavement. Gone. And by the time we get to him, there's a couple people who have come out, and they're giving him CPR and chest compressions, and we're horrified. And by the time an ambulance comes and takes him away, I swear I haven't seen any sign of life in Dick. And 10 minutes later, we're all in the emergency room, and a doctor comes out to talk to us, and he's got a very serious and very tired look on his face, so I have no illusions that he's bringing us good news. And I pick up Virginia, and I look at her, and I realize I have no idea how to explain death to a one-year-old. But I don't panic. like I did on the plane, because for the first time in my career as a dad, I actually have a clue. And the plan is this: what would Dick do? What would Dick do? And honestly, I have no idea what the answer is. But I know that in asking the question that we're going to be okay. And that was a long time ago. And both of my daughters will back me up when I tell you I'm far from the perfect dad. But I promise you, that question, that mental speed bump, has saved them from the disaster I could have been. Turns out I never explained death to Virginia. Dick Rowning, father of Laura Rowning, class of '89, saved the day and recovered. And he lived another 20 years. And I like to think that he takes some measure of personal satisfaction in knowing that Virginia did, in fact, overcome her struggles with gas. And next Thursday, she graduates with the class of 2019. Thank you.